Hello everybody and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. I got a little bit of good news if you guys are returning viewers. My computer is actually getting worked on right now. I got some new computer parts and hopefully the quality of things won't lag as much as you guys probably just saw there a second ago on my frame rate issue. I got some other YouTube channels that I do stuff on. I haven't been able to do content on because I don't have a capable enough working computer on that. So I'm excited that it should be done hopefully on Thursday and I can get back to being normal with that. But aside from that, going into the crypto world, today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Orchid, as well as REN. And I got some interesting news that came up with REN, so that signifies a little bit more what just happened with that recent rise. And we'll see that also in the chart here. So a little bit of the news, and then also mostly the focus is going to be on the charts themselves, like we try to normally do. So if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's get this video to 1 quadrillion likes, or at least 100 would be really good. And also click the bell icon so that you guys actually get notified whenever we do have a new video and you know what's going on. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about everything today. And let's get into this. First thing, I'm on Twitter. I'm also looking like a ghost right now. I know why it's doing that. Hold on, I can actually fix this super quick. There we go. One of the things I don't like about having to use this older computer, every time I pull up the recording software, I have to go into OBS and right click on my webcam and click on properties, and then it reverts my settings to previous settings. It doesn't do it by default. I have to, it's weird. I don't even hit save or anything. I just have to open up properties. Sorry about that. I'm on Twitter this way. Things are inverted. I'm on Twitter at AtlasOfficialTV. I talk about stuff with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Sometimes I might talk about some other stuff too. I do like anime, but I've basically been focusing all this stuff on this account relationship to stuff with crypto. So if you guys want to check me out at AtlasOfficialTV, feel free to check me out over there. And what just happened? Why did it do this to me again? I went and searched for Bitcoin, and then I clicked off the tab and came back, and now I got rid of the highlights that I wanted to show you guys. And this is all latest stuff, not top. I don't want top. I want latest. I mean, I don't want latest. I want top. Let's try this one more time. All right, there we go. A little bit better this time. Okay, let me go ahead and get that paused. So, big picture, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is undergoing its third parabolic advance in the past decade. A parabolic advance on an arithmetic scale is extremely rare. 3 on a log scale is historic. This is from Peter Brandt. Take a look at this chart right here. We got one parabolic run pushing through 2011 to 2014 period. We got another one pushing from 2015 to the 2018 period, and another one that's starting right around that 2019 period, making its run up there too. And where does he end this line right here? It's suggesting right around almost $250,000, right? $240,000. Making sure my cat's not eating something he's not supposed to. Sorry about that. And so, yeah, things are looking really good in this respects. Furthermore, that video wasn't there before. This is interesting. So Peter Schiff, if you guys don't know, he's a big gold bug. Really bashes on cryptocurrencies all the time. I was trying to mute it. That moment, though, when you actually have the audio kick on. Oh, that was funny. I mean, I don't know if you guys could hear it because I got the desktop audio set pretty low, but that was funny. I could hear it through my speakers. Peter Schiff is a big gold bug, and he bashes on Bitcoin all the time. Now that Bitcoin has hit $50,000, I must admit that a move up to $100,000 can't be ruled out. However, a move down to zero can't be ruled out either. While a temporary move up to $100 is possible, a permanent move down to zero is inevitable if you don't want to gamble buy gold, right? So he's still kind of bashing on it, but what's funny is that he previously said before that Bitcoin was never going to hit $50,000. And guess what? Now Bitcoin hit $50,000. He also said that gold was going to hit, I think, $4,000. Gold has still yet to hit $4,000. So he's 0 for 2 on those regards. And he's acknowledging the fact that it is possible that it could go to $100,000 right now. He tries to do a little sly remark saying that it's for sure going to go to zero, but he's getting there, I guess, a little bit. I'm still laughing, by the way, because of just how funny this is.
That is as profound as the printing press or the electric light bulb.
Oh my gosh, just slap that in there so randomly. Less than $500 between Bitcoin breaking $50,000, which we've actually done now several times, and we're getting close to being on the verge of doing it once again. As of right now, we're about $660 away from doing it. Danny Scott says $5.4 billion worth of Bitcoin transaction, and it only costs $18. And look at that transaction right there being $18 to send $5.4 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's pretty darn good. Bitcoin will be added to the balance sheet of every corporation. Adopting the Bitcoin standard will be one of the most prudent decisions a company will ever make. What do you guys think? You guys think that that's true? Let's say within the next 10 years? Willie Woo says, number of the day, 4 trillion. $4 trillion of cash sitting in U.S. non-financial corporations. $4 trillion is also gold's financial cap. $4 trillion is also Bitcoin's projected cap for end of the year on current models. Looking pretty darn good. All right, moving on. A lot of people are wondering about the perspective view of people that are, feds. And so this is pretty interesting. This is from James Bullard, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Quote, I just think for Fed policy, it's going to be a dollar global economy as far as the eye can see. And whether the gold price goes up or down or the Bitcoin price goes up or down doesn't really affect that, Bullard told CNBC. Although Bitcoin has been touted as digital gold with the ability to hedge against inflation, digital money also can be used to buy goods and services. Bullard, who has led the St. Louis Fed since 2008, said he has concerns about electronic currency that's not issued by governments. Dollars can be traded electronically already, so I'm not sure that's really the issue here. The issue is privately issued currency, he said, adding that prior to the Civil War, it wasn't unusual for banks to roll out their own notes. Bullard said it is not unlike having individual distinct brands of dollars. Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. I think the same thing would occur with Bitcoin here, Bullard said. You don't want to go to a non-uniform currency where you're walking into Starbucks and maybe you'll pay with Ethereum. Maybe you'll pay with Ripple. Maybe you'll pay with Bitcoin. Maybe you'll pay with the dollar. That isn't how we do this. We have a uniform currency that came in at the Civil War time, right? So sounds to me like he's not necessarily against Bitcoin, but he doesn't think that it would work in a traditional purchasing-based system like going into a Starbucks and saying you want some Starbucks coffee, even though Starbucks accepts Bitcoin, which is a funny, that's funny. What are you doing, Chico? Okay, now he's just being cute. BNY Mellon is one of the world's largest custodian banks, a bank that takes custody of stocks, bonds, precious metals, and other assets on behalf of large clients. By adding Bitcoin to this list, BNY Mellon will give anyone who wants to invest in Bitcoin a way to do so that is widely recognized as low risk. Also, very good bullish news. Now with REN. Some very good news with this. REN, an open protocol providing access to inter-blockchain liquidity for all these centralized applications, has announced version 2.0 of REN Bridge is now live. REN Bridge enables the simple wrapping of digital assets on different blockchains. For example, REN Bridge allows users to take Bitcoin and put it on Ethereum as an ERC20 called REN BTC, which is interesting because I thought that's what a wrapped Bitcoin was that Ethereum 2.0 was working with, but okay, this is just one example. How does it work? Using REN VM, a universal translator, REN Bridge converts digital assets to the format needed by its destination chain. For example, REN VM takes Bitcoin, holds it, and then converts it to an ERC20 with a 1-to-1 ratio to ensure REN BTC is always backed by the same amount of Bitcoin, which is really good news. Again, Bitcoin is just one example that they're giving. With REN Bridge 2, the REN ecosystem now has access to the below assets. REN BTC, REN Bitcoin Cash, we got Zcash, and Dogecoin. You were doing so good there. Coming soon, REN Luna and REN DGB. So they got some other ones that are coming soon, right? I thought it'd be kind of cool if you could just easily integrate all this stuff yourself. So I guess they're meticulously going through it, but that's all right. It still sounds pretty good. Now let's go take a look at the charts, right? Looking at the charts, yesterday was a very good day for Bitcoin. Actually ended in the green, which is nice because we did have red the day before. So we've been doing a little bit of back and forth action. Yesterday also hit an all-time high, passing above $50,000, going all the way up to $50,730. What? At the lowest point during the day, it was down at $47,013. So you're talking about a $3,700 difference. End up closing out the day at $49,200. Right now, starting to make that run once again back up towards $50,000. We're holding above $49,000, which is very important. Obviously, $50,000 is the psychological point of us trying to overcome, and a daily candle closure above $50,000 would be absolutely amazing. We passed above it, but we haven't actually closed a daily position on it, or I mean above it. As it is right now, seeing a little bit of a bounce that's taking place pretty close to where my marker was here, which was at $49,000. So very, very close to that. I would still look at that as a very strong level of support currently. Right now, our major point is that we have resistance being established. First off is at $49,710 because we did have that bounce back on February 14th. And then, of course, breaking above $50,000 once again and seeing if we can establish ourselves at the point past $50,000 or more, even better, would be above $50,700. Let's go to $51,000. Heck, let's go to $200,000. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself right now. But things are looking really good, as you guys, I'm sure, can acknowledge. Now, if you take a look at this chart, again, I'm sorry about a little bit of lag, as you guys are probably seeing on some of this stuff. I don't know how bad the frame rate is from your guys' point of view, but I can see that it's not optimized very well. So the new computer, I'm hoping, will fix it. $58,000 would put us right back on track on today's candle position to being towards $100,000 here in the very near future, right? So we got quite a bit that we would need to go up, and then some consolidation, and then you can even see some further rise action that would need to take place. Not much even being sold off with all of this kind of an instance. So we still got quite a ways to go if we want to try and hit $100,000 based on the previous market trends that were taking place back during the December period when this run first started to move up. Now, if it also decides it wants to go further down, we're seeing some substantiated level of support right around here, which is at $46,252. And then I would see a little bit more of an association as well. Actually, more realistically, I would say probably about here, 44,900. Another one at 44,000. But most notably is the 21 EMA. That's going to be at $43,013, right? Quite a substantial drop. We're talking about $6,300 and something dollars. But things are looking really good right now. The fact that we keep retesting $50,000 is showing that we have a strong level of support, and the sentiment is continue the rally. Oh, I forgot to even mention it, but Microstrategy. I didn't have that up on the Twitter. Microstrategy is actually doing more of their, I forgot what it's called. They're doing notes or something like that for hundreds of millions of dollars more to go put into more Bitcoin. So that they're in the process of doing that right now. It looks like they're probably going to pull it off. Let's go ahead and pull up the next one right now. Go take a look over at Ethereum. And Ethereum just slightly in the green yesterday. Not that great of a situation. In fact, right now it's actually pulling off in the red. So that side's not great. Ideally, it'd be nice to see this continuing, trying to push up towards $2,000 as well. It is holding above $1,750. Yesterday had a very brief breakdown below that. The big candle position was actually the day before. So, you know, essentially a Darth Maul pattern. It was a green pattern with this formation, but very tall wicks on both sides and then not much movement in the end. So yeah, right now looking like it's pulling more down. Going down to 1750 is going to be a key level of support there. Below that, it's going to be at 1700, and a substantial decline would take us down to what appears to be at $1,646. If this can manage to pull up, right now it's actually looking like, as far as the trend pattern goes, I don't know if you guys see this or not. I don't normally ever talk about something like this, but this is looking pretty darn accurate, to be honest with you guys. So we have a high right here. This is getting close to it, bouncing off that one. That one kind of went a little bit higher right there. Let's go ahead and raise it up right about there, I would say. Okay, so I would expect us to have a little bit of resistance taking place at $1,800. And then if it can manage to break above that, then I would be really eyeing back once again 1,880, and then going towards 1,900, and then of course 2,000 right there. Get that saved. and move on to the next one. Look at Orchid. Oh, this is not what I like. I do not like to see this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row of red candles. On a 5th day, continuing further in the red and pushing very close towards that Fibonacci level that is at 58 cents or 0.581, 0.5800, right on the dot, 58 cents. So just barely holding above right now, but it is not looking good. If it breaks down below that, then we're looking at a bounce at the 21 EMA, which is at 48 cents, almost 49 cents. Slightly below that at 48 cents. That's looking as a strong level of support, quite substantial when you take into consideration we're at 58 cents right now. It would be really nice to see this reverse the level of volume. Intermittent here since we had that big candle position. If this can break up above, then we need to get above 68 cents. Further continuation up, we could see a bounce at 78 cents. 79 cents at 0.7923 respectively. And then a big goal is going to get above 82 cents on that Fibonacci level. Then that's going to really open up the doorway as we have a pretty clear-cut path going back towards $1. So on the daily, not looking good. The fact that it's still pulling down. Overall, though, it is still good that we're above the 21 EMA. We're a little bit exhausted as we have been above the 21 EMA for a decent amount of time. But in the retrospect of things, if you take into consideration how much of a downtrend we've had and how long we actually stayed underneath the 21 EMA, ever since this dollar drop, that was a very substantial amount of time. So with us being in a parabolic bull run with the upcoming event that's taking place towards the end of March, this has some potential. That's, still like a month and a week or so away. So in the short time frame, things are not looking that great for Orchid, and it really needs to get some buying action, a little bit of a kick up in the volume too for it to be able to reestablish itself. So as long as it can hold above this key level of 58 cents, then I think we're still doing pretty good, right? I don't like the fact that this progressively has moved down, essentially has canceled out the big candle though. I was concerned that the second red candle was going to end up doing that, as we kind of have those instances previously here. There's like this instance right here that overcorrected, for example, here, same thing, those dropped down, essentially invalidated that one. These ones consecutively moved down and eliminated the gains from that. So we're still higher, obviously, than where we were, say, back in November 18th. But I don't like these big rise up, big progressive pullbacks, and then big rise up, tons of pullback. In the end, you're just barely moving forward. But it's still technically progress, and I think it's going to get exhausted at some point from doing that. Now we're going to go ahead and end with REN. That's what I meant to say. Look at REN, big daily candle gain yesterday, broke through that Fibonacci level and moved all the way up here to $1.20 before pulling back and closing out on the daily at $1.07. On the new daily candle position, it is having a bit of a pullback. You can see on the level of the volume here that it was quite substantial. It actually just barely tapped the top line here on the RSI. Been a long day for me, sorry. Tapping the line on the top for the RSI, almost going into overbought territory and now having a little bit of a pullback. But as I've mentioned in my past videos, the RSI starts to fall to the wayside, guys, when we're going through a big bull run like we are right now. So overall, things are still holding good, still above the 21 EMA. We're still in this upper quadrant. I'm actually upper quadrant right here. And if this can reverse itself and continue to break up, then I would be looking at about $1.46 as a big top position goal for the short term right here. Look to see if there's some potential support taking place at 98 cents, further drop down below that at 84 cents. That would invalidate all of yesterday's candle and have an overcorrection there. So I'd actually be looking at a very strong level of support to be likely at 83 cents. Let me clarify, by the way, again, if you guys didn't already know, I'm not a financial advisor. Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Always do your due diligence, further research. Please don't ask me directly what you should or should not invest in. You got to make those decisions on your own. I'm just sharing you guys what I'm looking at the charts and the news, what's going on, and you guys try and make your best decisions off of that, okay? But as the way I'm looking at it right now, things are looking like it's correcting. I believe this is a key sign of a pump and dump type situation. If Ethereum flips and starts to rally, that could cause this to correct some. But at this point, we're what, almost 2 hours into the new daily candle position as of the time of me recording this video, and it's already about a third way through that body. It's not looking that great for it. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. If you guys are new to the channel, once again, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. Let's try and get this video to 100 likes. Click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. Feel free to check me out on Twitter @AtlasOfficialTV. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode.